Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine which of the heritage brands is the best to visit. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Katie Joyce, Linda Modica, and Matt Welge.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hello.
Hello. So yeah, we're going to be doing a bracket challenge today, just kind of the big guys, the ones that we're most familiar with. If you're talking bourbon, particularly with someone that is outside of, bourbon fanatic like us, these will be the brands that they have heard of. Or if you're looking at the Bourbon Trail, these are going to be highlighted on there for sure. We'll talk about those after the break. For right now, though, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie?
So I want to know, I think I've asked this before, but it's been a while. What's your ideal way to spend your birthday? My birthday will be coming up in a few months here. I'm planning what I'm going to do to celebrate. But I wonder, what's your ideal way to, on your birthday, the day itself, do you have like an ideal? And then also like a way to celebrate your birthday, because that may be like a weekend surrounding it instead of the actual day.
Okay. For me, I've had so many birthdays, it's not that big of a deal anymore, right? So I do had
so many
birthdays, so many. So I'm not big into any sort of overblown party or event or anything like that. I do like going out to dinner with the family. Place of choice is Sam's Steakhouse, and I don't get to go there on my birthday this year, it's a rarity, but it's because my daughter, who also is a February birthday, is going to be in a little bit earlier in the month. So I will go out to dinner on my birthday. I won't be to there. I'll probably go out with the warden and my mom. There'll be 3 of us. But while my daughter's here, we're going to celebrate both of our birthdays by going out to Sam's Steakhouse, and that'll be with the extended family, with
very nice.
That's fiance, and then my mom as well. We'll be going there. So. That to me is it. A nice dinner is a good way to have a birthday for me at this age. There's no month of Steve or anything like that.
Not going McNew style.
No. This is a rare treat. I feel like 2 celebrations. I'll get the actual birthday and then the celebratory day.
That is nice.
So yeah, this is a different one for me for sure. Linda, what about you on your birthday?
So usually we chill, or I will chill at home, and then that night we'll have the kids and their significant others over, and we will have a crab leg dinner.
Okay. That sounds pretty special. That sounds like, hey, yeah, if that's what you like, if you like crab legs, that sounds like a pretty cool birthday for sure. So, and got the whole family together. That's also ideal, I would think. So, yeah, that sounds good. Hopefully I get invited to that this year. We'll see. I feel like I'm closer to the Monicas than I ever have been. So this could be the year for me.
True.
This is I feel like I'm that close to breaking through. So we'll see how it goes. Justine, how about you? What's a typical birthday like for you?
Well, when I was younger, a typical birthday for me would just be
By
I
the
would
way, for the rest of us, Justine's birthday sucks because it's tax day.
Oh,
no, it's not.
Oh, never mind.
oh,
Wrong month. Right day, wrong
April
month.
15th. Yeah.
That was close.
No, my birthday is right before St. Patrick's Day. So when I was younger,
That's tax day.
no, it is
March
not.
15th.
April.
April.
Oh,
April's
fuck.
tax day. But
Fuck.
if you're being responsible, you will have your taxes filed
Yeah.
by Justine's birthday. So
That's
Yeah.
true.
give
Well,
yourself the
I'm
one
not.
month.
No,
Soft deadline. Soft deadline, yeah.
So that's the soft deadline. One
Yeah.
month out. Go ahead, Justine. I apologize. I'm ruining your birthday talk. So
Yeah.
I've ruined your
Ruined
birthday.
my birthday, damn it.
Ruined it.
Ruined it. Yeah, no, when I was younger, it was always just we would wait until St. Patrick's Day and it would just be like
You would skip your birthday. You'd be like, "Hey, hang tight, kid. The
sad.
good times are ahead." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not when I was like a kid, when I was like of drinking age, like with my
Oh,
friends
okay.
or whatever.
Oh,
I don't really care about my birthday now. So like
sure.
we don't really do anything. I mean, occasionally, I don't think we didn't have like a family dinner last year for my birthday. I think the year before we had like a cookout at my brother's house because I don't like going out to dinner and trying to get a table for like 10 people gives me anxiety. So
Uh-huh.
if we do something, it's at home.
At
But
home.
yeah, I don't really care about my birthday anymore. So we don't really do a whole lot.
Doesn't do a whole lot. That's sad. Sad. I don't care about my birthday either.
Well, just like to sit in your shower crying. I get it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Matt,
I mean, maybe next year, not next year. Well, yeah, next year, because it is now 2026. Next year, I will be 50.
Whoa.
So maybe next year, I might
No.
do something fun.
This should be the one you do it on because this is it. This is the last good one coming up, Justine. I'm telling you.
Oh my
after that,
gosh. No, it's not.
50's terrible. 50's Katie, you haven't been there. You don't know. Your body falls apart.
Getting older is a privilege, not afforded. To
Sure,
many.
it's good. It's better than being dead. I'll give you that, but barely.
Better than being dead. I'll give you that.
But barely. It's very painful being 50. Let's say that. So
I will say that my favorite birthday that I've had was 2020 when all of us were in New Orleans for the Bourbon Festival that
Yes.
got canceled. But then we just all went anyways and did other random things around New Orleans.
yeah,
And
went to a place called Justine's.
yeah, we went to dinner at a place called Justine's, and
She's like, I own this place, bitches.
I had to wear a crown and a sash,
Yeah.
and somebody stole a plate for me from the restaurant that says Justine on it.
That's fantastic.
That
Nice.
sounds like a pretty, for someone who doesn't like celebrating their birthdays, that was definitely a celebration. I mean, when
That
you're in the
was-
crown and the sash, you're
that
on display.
one was a good birthday.
Yeah, so
That's
she
probably
enjoyed
my
that.
favorite birthday I've ever had.
Okay, that's good. Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Well, I like that. All right, Matt, how about you? It seems like Matt would go all out. He's probably got a birthday month. Maybe he extends it into 6 weeks.
No,
Tells
no,
everybody it's his birthday. Yeah,
no. I too have a February birthday, and
it's the
I'm gonna
best
be
month.
50. I'll be 51
Yeah.
in February, and I thought I had a kind of a hot take here, but you guys already kind of softened this. I do not care at all about my birthday. I think my birthday is important to my parents. And I feel like my daughter's birthday is important to me. But what did I do on my birthday? I had no control. I didn't do anything. I should celebrate my wedding. I should celebrate the day I graduated from school, the day I passed my boards. I should celebrate those achievements, not my
Right.
birthday.
Oh,
That's my hot take.
interesting.
but-
I like that.
When pushed in a corner, I will agree with Steve. A nice dinner. We've got a couple of restaurants up here that have
Yeah.
a pretty decent whiskey collection, so I can treat myself to a nice $20 or $30 pour. You know, a George T. Stagg or a
Sure.
Brooklotic 18.
Low
something
key
like
dinner.
that.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that, buddy. That's a celebration to me. So Don't have to go crazy. So
I will say though, on your point of your birthday should be special to your parents. Mine half the time don't even remember like the day of. Which my dad, I get that.
Justine's got to call him. Hey, you might want to wish
Yeah,
me a
like
happy birthday.
my dad, I get that because I mean he's a guy. Guys don't typically remember, but it's like, how can my mom forget my birthday? Like she physically pushed me out of her body. How could she forget that day? Yeah, last year my birthday is on March 15th, and my mom texted me on March 17th to tell me happy birthday.
Oh.
Back to celebrating it on
St.
that day.
Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
What order are you? Are you a middle child?
No, there's just me and my brother. I'm the baby.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, usually the middle children get forgotten, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just old age.
Okay. Maybe it's just
Dementia
old age.
setting in. I don't know.
Just old age.
So
Yeah.
It has to be. It has to be. Otherwise, they wouldn't forget Justine's birthday. Well, 2 days later, still not bad. It's in the. You
Like
get
how
a week.
still you were like, we didn't really celebrate my birthday. I just did it on St. Patrick's Day, and now your mom's even on St. Patrick's
Sheesh.
Day. Happy birthday 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, damn it, why weren't you born on St. Patrick's Day? It would have been easy to remember.
Yeah. I was actually due on like March 22nd. I came
Okay.
early.
You
And
were
that's
early.
like the only time I've been early my whole
That
life.
was the last time Justine was early. Other than that, that's on point. All right. Katie, you asked the question, and I bet you're a nightmare around your birthday.
I think I'm a delight. Thank you. But no. I think to no one's surprise, I like to travel for my birthday.
Right.
That is my ideal way. I like to be in another city.
Okay.
For my 30th.
Like
my-
Festus? Like Festus, for instance?
Sure. Yeah.
It counts.
So for my 30th, my mom decided to make that one a big one for my brother and I, that when we both turned 30, we got to choose like a big trip.
Okay.
I chose St. Martin, and then a hurricane came through and wiped out most of the country. So
Okay.
instead, we went back to Costa Rica, but it was great. And then, like, for my brother's 30th, we went to Ireland. And so that's really solidified as well that I enjoy traveling. And so I've done that on most years. I try to be at least down in Florida or doing a weekend trip. This year, my birthday's on a Wednesday.
Oh,
which
that's
is
a tough
hard.
one.
Which weekend do I celebrate it then? I scheduled court on my birthday, so I'll be at work on the day. So I'll do dinner probably somewhere. I like doing a little bit nicer typically. So we'll go to like Annie Gunn's in Chesterfield, or at least like Bristol's seafood. There's one in like Wing Haven. But usually my parents enjoy that as well then, going out to dinner for my birthday. So we'll do that.
When's your
And
birthday?
March 4th.
March 4th. Okay.
But I noticed on my calendar, on the weekend after my birthday, I have a calendar entry that says Barntown Brewing ? And I don't know where that came from or what it was supposed to be or who this was with necessarily. And so I'm like, do I schedule something and figure something out for the weekend? Or do I wait to see if someone like reaches out to me?
If something bubbles up, yeah.
Do that?
Is this still on? Yeah.
I have no idea what it was supposed to be. So I guess we'll find out if I'm doing something the weekend
Okay.
after my birthday.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. And do you declare the entire month your birthday like McNew
No.
does? No.
No, just the kind of the day really, but whatever day I decide I'm celebrating it that year is what I claim. So
Okay. That's it. All right. So Matt, I want to go back to Matt's. You were born that day. You still don't think that's a big deal, huh? That should be anything is the day it's formed.
I think
like
it's
if
more
you
celebrating what you've done with the last year, like because
Right.
it's personal you rather than like a New Year's celebration of what you've done with the last calendar year. It's what you have done with that year of your life is the way I see it. And
if
the
you
hope
had
for
to say
your
what
next
day
year of your life.
what day would you celebrate the United States on? It would be its birthday, right? July 4th.
Yeah.
Everything ties back to the birthday, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you raise a good point, but I think it's just been the stoic German in me that's always been kind of like, that's not a big deal. Move on.
Okay,
Get
not a
get
big
back
deal.
to work. I don't know, but
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Are you okay with us celebrating Jesus' birthday, or should we be celebrating Mary that day instead. Be like,
I
don't,
think you.
don't think of baby Jesus.
I think you should only be celebrating the baby Jesus. Yeah,
That's your favorite Jesus, the baby Jesus.
and that's about the only person that we should give the whole month to. Otherwise, all this birthday month thing—that's a bunch of garbage.
Okay.
But that's
Whoa!
fine.
You can tell he's emboldened not podcasting with McNew. He'd be in for a fight with that one. Yeah, McNew. And the great thing about McNew, no one's ever changed McNew's mind on anything. If she feels Christmas lights should be on 24/7, that's the only
Oh my
answer.
God.
And you're an idiot for not thinking they should be on 24 hours a day. Yeah, that's just McNew. So yeah,
I listened back to that one. I was still shaking my head listening to it.
I know.
The
But
second
that's
time.
the joy of McNew because she's always herself.
Yes.
As messed up as it can be, as if you've got facts that are, it doesn't matter. None of that matters if it's in McNew's mind. It's McNew. She's just McNew. That's the cool thing about McNew. She's always McNew.
One of my favorites, if you're talking through something, you have a point where she's like, huh, that would have made logical sense. But she like pauses and then she's like, well, I decided to do it different. So that's that.
Right.
It's the best. I love it.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Justine?
I will say that in 2017, when I turned 40, it was the year of me.
Okay.
So I just did like a lot of traveling and I didn't make other people celebrate me. I just did whatever.
We heard about it here in St. Louis. They're like, this is the year of Justine. And we're like, well, who's Justine? And they're like, oh,
I think I came
lady in
down to
Michigan.
St. Louis in 2017. I
Is
think
that
that
when-
was one of my trips. I don't know. But I might do that again next year and just be like
I like that.
2027 be the year of me and then
Yeah.
just do whatever the hell I want to do all year long.
there you go. What are you
I
going
like
to do?
it. That's a great idea.
Whatever I want. Yeah. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start this time with Katie. Katie, what do you got?
I have some chicken cock. It's private cask. I
Okay.
think we did at the Bardstown trip. That's where I got this.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
was
weird.
That
was
what
really
was the
weird.
reverberation? That was
So it so much like pulled forcefully from the bottle that it like made things shake on my table somehow, even though nothing is like touching each other. I don't know how it possibly didn't make a pop, but like had a effect across the entire table here. I don't know what that was.
it sounded like a cartoon where someone got hit with a thing of wood, where it's like.
Yes, and I think it was actually like my 2-aught glass, like rocking back and forth
Okay.
somehow because it's so much
It
Okay.
was like an earthquake.
wave.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next up is Justine. What do you got there?
I have some 10th Mountain bourbon.
Okay. 10th Mountain. Sample. I've got Peerless here. This is the strawberry shortcake pick. Look at that.
I want some of that when I come down there.
Strawberry shortcake. Yeah, you can have some. I've got plenty here. I don't think I'm going to. Hopefully, I don't finish this tonight. So.
Yeah, hopefully that's still there on Thursday.
Right. All right. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. That was good.
Ooh, that was good.
That's the lead. Linda, you've got a pretty tough one to beat now. What do you got?
I have some limousine rye. It's been halfway loved, it looks like.
Okay. Little bass to it. Not a lot going on there. Definitely not enough to take the lead. Matt, you're last but not least.
So, as a show of solidarity, as we're going to find out, for all the taters out there that are going to lose their shit when they find out who's not on the bracket, I got Buffalo Trace right here. Well loved. Don't expect much.
Okay. Nothing there. So, cheers to me.
Cheers.
Your winner. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about how can you do a list of the biggest and best heritage brands to go visit, and Buffalo Trace is on the list. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Neely Family Distillery.
You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are doing a bracket challenge for the best distillery to visit.
Yes, and these are specifically the heritage brands. So there's nothing thrown there like a peerless or something like that. You're like, hey, they got a great tour. Well, this is the big heritage brands, the ones that have been around for a long time. And you are correct. Buffalo Trace isn't part of this, and we talked about putting them on, and then it was like they'll probably automatically win. It was like we used to do bracket challenges a lot more, and any of them involving like who's the biggest legend in bourbon, biggest living legend, or who's the biggest legend of all time, we would always throw out Jimmy Russell. And the reason for that was, if you're doing like who's the biggest bourbon legend right now that's living, Jimmy Russell automatically wins. Why do you even have to do the bracket challenge? So it feels like Buffalo Trace is kind of in that place. They have this great combination of beautiful grounds, so that's worth going to see. They do a lot of stuff, like if you want to go see holiday lights and all that, there's a lot of activities there. They do haunted tours at Halloween. They're really on top of their tours and stuff like that. You can usually get a rare bottle, if you're into the allocated stuff. That's a big part of it. And then you got Freddie Johnson, Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Famer, leading some of the tours. That makes it tough to beat. So they are not eligible to win. It's out of hashtag respect, not a shot at them for sure.
Yeah, they are like the Alabama a few years back, right?
Right. Back when Alabama was winning every year.
Winning every year. Yeah.
So our contenders are as follows, and then we'll tell you how they bracket out. But Jim Beam, Maker's Mark, Heaven Hill, Jack Daniels, Four Roses, Wild Turkey, Woodford Reserve, and Old Forester. So again, 8 of the biggest well-known names that are out there. You may not agree with everyone that's on there, but it is what it is. That's what our list is going to be. Here's how they're matched up. Heaven Hill will take on Wild Turkey. Maker's Mark will take on Jack Daniels. That's a tough one. A couple going at the beautiful grounds and stuff like that. Four Roses takes on Woodford Reserve, and then Old Forester takes on Jim Beam. All right, we're just looking again. This is very personal in nature. We're not asking you to do a survey and compile numbers or anything like that. This is who do you think is better to visit? Round number 1. Matt, you're going to be first. The matchup is Heaven Hill versus Wild Turkey. Which do you think is a better one to go visit out of those two?
Gosh, I think because, like you said, Jimmy is still around and signing bottles sometimes on a Wednesday afternoon. As much as I love Heaven Hill, I'm going to go with Wild Turkey. Yeah.
Wild Turkey. That means Wild Turkey goes up 1-0. Linda, you're next. What do you think? Wild Turkey or Heaven Hill?
I'm going to go Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey goes up 2-zip. Katie, you can close this thing out, or you can give Heaven Hill life in this game. What are your thoughts?
Oh, oh man, this is hard because I feel like it's a disservice to Heaven Hill to have them go 3-0 here. My original thought was Wild Turkey because I really like the tasting room they have there in that entire building. I just love the architecture style they chose and the vibe of it. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to apologize to Heaven Hill because I feel like they're getting shafted here when they shouldn't have. I'm gonna have to vote Wild Turkey. So I'm sorry.
Wild Turkey. That means Wild Turkey moves on. Heaven Hill is pissed.
Yeah, rightfully so. They should
Max
be.
Shapiro just slammed down a coffee cup and said, everybody get in here and listen to this.
We were so rude to them right now. I'm so sorry.
And I haven't even been to Wild Turkey. I've been to Heaven Hill 2 times.
Have you? Okay.
I haven't been to Heaven Hill, so I was going with Wild Turkey. So either way, they were going to move on.
Wild Turkey was going to win this thing either way, apparently. Round 2 is going to be Maker's Mark versus Jack Daniels. I think this is a very tough matchup. It feels to me like either of those two could have been in the finals. They're not going to be because they're going to go against each other in round number 2. Linda, you're going to be first. Maker's Mark or Jack Daniels?
Oh, I've seen so much with the Jack Daniels and their grounds. I'm gonna have to go with Jack Daniels.
JD goes up 1-0. What do you think, Katie? Jack Daniels or Maker's Mark?
I agree. They're both very beautiful. Maker's Mark was one of the first distilleries that I just fell in love with in walking around their grounds. And so it could be that I'm voting mainly because it was special first to me, but I think it's just hard to beat, even though it's a trek to get out there. So Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark. JD's a trek too, if you ever go there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Same type of thing, just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Very interesting. These two are also probably, when it comes to marketing, they're pretty high up there, man. These are iconic brands for sure. Justine, you're going to be next. Maker's Mark or Jack Daniels?
I am going to have to say, I don't know. Jack Daniels was cool, but I don't know. I just kind of have a soft spot for Maker's Mark. So I'm gonna go Maker's.
Maker's Mark. All right, I'm next. Maker's Mark or Jack Daniels? Maker's is up 2-1 over JD, but I'm going to tie this thing up. I think that Jack Daniels, has the history. The man himself is the brand. I mean, it's a real person. It's not something that's made up like so many brands. There was a real guy named Jack Daniels who was this big character, like over the top. And I think that, and they're the biggest whiskey producer in America. There's something to be said there. I think it needs to be on everybody's bucket list if you're a whiskey fan to go to JD at some point. Maker's Mark is also very important for some different reasons. They're both good. There's neither of these two should lose, but one has to, and I'm just going to tie it up, which means we're going to throw it to Matt for the tiebreaker. Makers or Jack Daniels?
Oh yeah, both of them are definitely destinations.
Killer, yeah.
I highly recommend, and both of them are fantastic with the tastings that they provide. And the Jack Daniels does have the dry county thing, and it is further to travel. Oh gosh, the options of being able to dip your own wax. I'm gonna go with Makers as the close
Makers.
tiebreaker.
That means Maker's Mark moves on. All right, next up is Four Roses versus Woodford Reserve. Round number 3. Katie, you're going to be first. Four Roses or Woodford?
So this one's hard for me, but I'm trying to remove some of my personal bias. And the reason it is because the last time I was at Four Roses, I had a bad migraine. And I still went on the distillery tour.
That's their fault.
But I end up feeling like it was somehow the fault of Four Roses that I had a migraine. Because then, of course, the smells in the distillery do not help migraines at all. And going into hot rooms and standing, and I struggled. So I feel like I'm being too harsh on them because of that. So because then Woodford's a great experience. So, but I feel like I'm being too hard on Four Roses because of that. So I'm going to vote for Four Roses because I feel too biased against them because of my own migraine. I'm being
Because
unfair.
you're angry at them and you don't think they should win anything, you vote for them just to offset your own personal feelings.
Correct.
It makes complete sense. Makes complete sense. You've righted a wrong, I feel. All right, Justine, you're next. Four Roses or Woodford?
I've never actually been to Woodford, so I'm going to go with Four Roses.
Four Roses. This is an incredibly interesting one to me because Woodford underrated for sure. The grounds are beautiful. The tour is cool because they have you do a tasting that pairs it with food, and they show you how that the food and the whiskey interact and can complement and actually enhance both one another. So you get a little piece of Parmesan cheese, and they're like, "Hey, taste it with the whiskey," and you're like, "Man!" And they're like, "Both are better, right?" And it's true. But still, that being said. Four Roses, which is not as cool as a distillery or a place or location or anything like that. There's something I like about them, and I don't know. It's definitely helped turn the corner for me as a guy. I went and visited them in 2000, back when it wasn't available for sale in the U.S. But you could buy it from the gift shop there, which was kind of cool. You could buy just like one of the things. That's it. I don't know. It's special to me. Again, the way Katie says, some of her history works against it. It kind of works for me because one of the cool things I got to taste out of the whiskey, the box, it was locked, and they're like, "Here's whiskey coming off the still," and they're like, "Here, enjoy as much as you like." I was like, "Holy cow, that's awesome!" You couldn't drink a whole lot, by the way, because it's high proof and white dog, but still, there's something special to me about Four Roses, and I'm going to vote for them, knocking Woodford Reserve off. All right. Woodford Reserve, one thing they do that I don't like is they have, I think it's 6 now, pot stills, and that's all they show you. And in reality, there's only like 6 or 7% pot still whiskey in there. But you walk out of there thinking that's how they make their whiskey.
But it's so pretty, and the room
It
they
is
have
cool.
set up with the
It
bottles
is cool.
looks so cool.
It does. I just wish they'd be like, okay, behind the scenes, here's where, there's the still that makes the bulk of the whiskey that you're tasting.
Right.
That's fair.
They don't do that. They don't mention that at all. You just think, oh, this is how they make the whiskey. So, all right. Last one in the first round is round number 4. Old Forester takes on Jim Beam. Justine is first. Old Foe versus Jim Beam.
So Old Forester is really cool because you can see like the different things, like the firing of the barrels and stuff like that.
The entire process.
Yeah, the entire process. But nothing beats Jim Beam, man. Like, that's the first distillery that I toured. And that was the first bourbon that I drank, the first distillery that I toured. And now they have that amazing restaurant and the grounds. And so I'm going with Beam.
Beam. I'm going to end up voting the same way as Justine for basically the same reasons. I think Old Foe might be the perfect tour to go on for someone who's like, I can only go to one distillery. I'm not, bourbon's kind of new to me. What should I go see? Old Foe might be the answer because you do, as Justine says, get to see it all, everything in the entire process. But it's a city distillery. It's smaller. Beam is the big, expansive grounds. And I think there are people that will write off being like, hey, Beam is the Walmart of the bourbon world. And it's not true. They do a great tour. The food at that restaurant's fantastic. It's a fun experience. The gift shop's awesome. I mean, that's something you're looking for too. You're looking for a good gift shop. They got a great gift shop.
Mm-hmm.
So Beam is good. They're going to get my vote. Means they go up 2-0 over Old Foe. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I would have to agree with you guys. Shout out to Old Forester. If someone is looking to make one trip and get the most bang for your buck, you can't beat going to downtown Louisville and checking out Michter's, Old Forester. You've got Peerless, you've got the Heaven One, you got so many right there, and you can stay in one hotel room and knock out 2 or 3 days worth if you wanted to. I love the front door, walking in and seeing that big tall still. But Justine's right. I ate at that restaurant, and it's even without the restaurant, I would have to go with Jim Beam. So let's
do it. All right.
Done.
That means Beam shuts the door on that one. So our final 4 looks like this. Wild Turkey will take on Maker's Mark. Four Roses versus Jim Beam. Round number 5. Here we go. I'm first. Wild Turkey versus Maker's Mark. Both do a fantastic job. Not just giving it away to Jimmy, I think would be very easy to do. He's the icon of icons when it comes to bourbon, and he is there signing bottles multiple days, in the week, and that's certainly a special experience for sure. But I think Makers has this commitment to the visitor experience, and they'll bring in art exhibits like Chihuly and stuff like that. They really go all out. I gotta go Maker's Mark, and no slam against turkey. I love turkey, but I think in this instance I'm gonna go Maker's Mark though. Next up is Matt W. What do you got here? Wild Turkey or Makers?
I'm the same way. If you polled me on a different day, I might think differently. I'm gonna just keep things even and go with Wild Turkey, just to keep it even. As much as I love them both, what Wild Turkey is doing now with some of their single barrel ryes, and it's phenomenal stuff. So
okay, Linda, what do you think? Wild Turkey or Makers?
I think Wild Turkey too.
Wild Turkey. That means Turkey is up 2-1 over Makers. Round number 5, Katie's next. Wild Turkey or Makers?
I do think this is a great pairing to go head to head here. It's probably two of the top ones that I recommend to people if they're newer, wanting a cool experience that's not too overwhelming, but that's going to be really memorable for them.
yeah, it's heritage. It's the definition of heritage.
Yes, they both do it really well. And I think they both have the potential as well for individual visits to still feel special as well, not just feeling like you're being run through like cattle. But I'm gonna stick with my best experience of just awe was Maker's Mark. So that's gonna be my vote.
All right, here's where we're at. Justine, you're going to be the tiebreaker. Round number 5, Wild Turkey and Maker's Mark are knotted dead even at 2-2. What do you think?
I was hoping that I wasn't going to have to be a tiebreaker. Even though meeting Jimmy is on my bucket list, I am going to have to go with Makers.
Makers. That means Makers will go to the finals, and Turkey is eliminated. Round number 6, up first is going to be Matt. Four Roses versus Jim Beam. What do you think?
Gosh, if this bracket were what's the best place to have a single barrel experience, I would say Four Roses without hesitation. Being able to taste all the recipes and some of the single barrel experiences I've heard from Four Roses, I would love to be a part of that. But this is not a single barrel experience; it's just a distillery visit. So I'm going to stick with Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. That means Jim Beam goes up 1-0. Linda, what do you think? Four Roses or Jim Beam?
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam has gone up 2-0. Katie, you could close this thing out or keep Four Roses going in this thing. What do you think?
Gosh, this is hard. I like a little bit of that. I think Four Roses feels a little more intimate, while you're still getting to go to this distillery of a major brand here. And so I'm going to vote Four Roses.
Four Roses.
Yeah.
All right, that means Four Roses is still going. They've got life in the game. Justine, Four Roses or Jim Beam? Beam's up 2-1.
I am going to say Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. That means Jim Beam moves on. The folks at Beam Suntory are definitely high-fiving right now because it's Makers versus Jim Beam. Their two companies are in the finals. So it's just the way it worked out. It is what it is. They did not meet, in a semifinal round or anything like that. So they get both of them in the finals. They're going to be a winner. Beam Suntory is. But it's just going to be which one, Makers or Jim Beam. Round number 7. Linda, you're going to be up first. Which do you think out of those two?
Jim Beam. I just love it there. It's beautiful.
Jim Beam goes up 1-0. What do you think, Katie? Jim Beam or Maker's Mark?
You can't really go wrong with either, but Maker's Mark, that has my heart.
Maker's Mark. Makers has tied it up. Justine?
I am going to be the opposite of Katie and say
That's fair.
because they have my heart.
Right.
Yeah, I love both places. They're both great. Both.
Well, I think both has the potential of that experience that just captivates you. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Round number 7, it's up to me next. Makers is down 2-1. I can give them life in this game, send it to a tiebreaker, or I can vote to Jim Beam and this thing is over. And I'll say this. I wish I could throw it to the tiebreaker, but Beam, I mean, I started out on Jim Beam. I mean, I drank Jim Beam all the way through college till I was probably however old I was in 2000. So that's when I kind of started expanding out into other things. Before that, before 2000, I was just a Beam guy, and I love Jim Beam, and I still love it today. I love the family, and I'm proud to call Freddie No, and hell, Fred No called me out of the blue one time. I had no idea he knew my number or anything like that. I'm sure he got it from Freddie, but it just felt wild one day. Fred No's calling me, and and I didn't have his number, so it's just a Kentucky number that pops up, and I pick it up. It's, "Hey Steve, it's Fred No." There's no denying that when you hear that voice. So yeah, I just love everything about Beam, and I also love that restaurant, and like I said, their gift shop, and the fact you can buy the things. So I don't stress about Little Book anymore because I like to get that every year for my collection. I just go to the gift shop. So I love Jim Beam, and that's who I'm voting for. That means Jim Beam wins it. They are our champion as the best heritage brand. How about that?
That's a great reasoning and story too of why to win. That was good. Excellent job, Steve.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Jim Beam is special, and it's cool that they would win this. And hopefully, anybody who's like, they're too big to have a good tour. No, it is absolutely an experience. They do a great job of it, you'll have fun. And there's great stories, and the tour guides are really up on the stories. You'll hear stuff about Book or No and things that you never heard before. It's fun. It's definitely worth going to. So love that place and all the lore and 225 plus years, however old they are now. It's just great stuff. So there you go.
And it's the falls second on my most swag owned behind Old Monroe.
Old Monroe.
Oh,
Old Monroe.
Okay.
So,
Old Monroe and then Jim Beam. I actually am wearing a Jim Beam sweatshirt today.
Okay. All right. That was foreshadowing right there. If anybody would have looked at that, they would have known how she was going to vote. So there you go. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Matt, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me really excited about making some distillery plans this year and across all socials at Whiskey Tequila Fridays Podcast.
All right. Linda.
You can find me across all socials as Linda Monica.
All right, Katie.
Well, you can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see us at the ABV Barrel Shop. You can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Also, the one thing that you want to do that you might not have been doing before is check out our videos on Bourbon Sasquatch on YouTube. Getting some traction there, which is kind of cool, and enjoying the ride of getting a successful channel. So working on that. And also, follow us. We're getting ready to get to our next phase of the Crew Club. Has a sunset date of June 30th of this year. Then we go to the Bourbon Honey Badgers. And one of the events Justine's already working on is we're going to do a Christmas lights tour. And I'm sure a lot of these heritage brands we're talking about will be on that tour. Don't you think, Justine? I mean, the big guys really do it right with the Christmas displays and that.
Yes, sir.
So we're working on that. So it'll be all kinds of cool stuff like that we're doing. So check us out online, abvnetwork.com. If you have questions about that, just shoot us an email. Our email is out there. You just send us a quick form and we'll get back to you. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
That'll do it for today. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.